Hi everybody, I'm Coach Brown, Underground Functional Fitness. Today I have you here because I want to go over something that's very important as far as your exercise techniques. All right, we want to get you into proper techniques because when you get out of technique, that is when injuries typically happen. So what we're going to teach you actually go through what we call 4-step rep. The importance of a 4-step rep is because it gives you a quality rep. It helps you feel the muscle, okay, and let you work within the range of motion for the muscle, not range of motion for the joint. Joining me today is going to be Coach Britt, okay? He's one of our health and fitness specialists here at Underground Functional Fitness. He's going to be demonstrating for me. He gladly volunteered for it, as you can tell by the little smirk on his face, okay? But other than that, so he's going to be demonstrating as we talk. So right now he's going to be standing here looking pretty. He's a nice model. See everybody right here with his hand. Okay, to go with. A 4-step rep is a 4-step process to actually do a proper rep, no matter what muscle group you're working, no matter what exercise you're working in. Typically, people do a 2-step rep, means when they actually have a weight in their hand, they're just actually trying to lift the weight and get through the exercise. The problem with that is, when you focus on the weight and not on the muscle. And when you focus on the weight and not the muscle is not being properly stimulated. In other words, we don't have what they call mind-muscle connection. Okay? We want to be able to feel the muscle work, not just go ahead and complete the rep. That's what's not most important to us. So in order to make sure we get this done, we want to actually break down the rep, any repetition, okay, into 4 basic steps, okay? The first one is actually you want to tighten the muscle. I'm going to have Brent turn laterally for us right here. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate the arm because everybody likes arms anyway, okay? It's easiest to see. Brent's actually going to, before he actually starts to lift the weight, okay, he's going to tighten the muscle. He's going to flex it in his mind. So go ahead and flex it, makes it nice and tight, okay? Now, his next process is as he starts to shorten that range of motion, okay, what we call the eccentric phase of the exercise, all right? He's going to actually squeeze it up, okay? You notice his elbow still faces down towards the ground. The motion's not in his shoulder. He's only moving one joint primarily, okay? So now, once he gets to this top point right here, okay, he's going to squeeze that muscle. He's going to flex it, okay? And then he's going to fight the weight back. Back to the beginning position. Notice he's at a full extension again, okay? And there's no swing. Go ahead and turn face forward. What we're going to have Coach Brent here grab 30-pound weights, okay? He's going to be going through the reps as we continue to talk, okay? Again, he's going to go ahead and he's going to flex the muscle first. He's going to make it nice and tight before he even lifts. And then he's going to start to squeeze up. And then he's going to squeeze, flex the muscle at the top, and then fight it down. Go ahead and go and get into pronation. Again, keep going. Okay? This is called bicep curl. All right? We're going to have him do an alternating bicep curl. Keep your head straight ahead. Nice, sturdy spine. There we go. It is okay not knowing that you're going to do everything correctly. Please take correction, okay, as we give it, and it'll be fine. All right? Technique is important. I'm not one that's a big proponent of people saying, okay, just get through the exercise any way you possibly can. That's when injuries happen, all right? We're not going to do that. As you can see, Brent's typically, he's a high school powerlifter. He played football in college. Strong, young, strapping fella. As you can see, he's actually starting to struggle a little bit with 30-pound weights doing these curls in a proper fashion, okay? So you don't need as much weight in order to get the form correct and actually feel the muscle. You see, he's actually changed, his color's starting to change in his arms right here. They're starting to get red. That's blood flow. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So as your coach there starts to work with you, he can actually put their hand there and they can actually feel the blood start to get in there because the skin starts to get warm on the surface. That means we're getting the muscle activation. Okay? Coach Brent's starting to smile because he's starting to feel this a little bit. You know, I'm going to have him do it to it. I get tired. I'm just joking. Go ahead and stop, Brent. Okay? So when we get into the 4-step rep, now, although you heard me go through the steps, again, it's tighten the muscle, which is an isometric movement. Then you go ahead and flex it. You're going to squeeze it up. That's a concentric phase of the motion. At the top, okay, we're going to flex it. That's what we call amortization phase of the exercise. And then we're going to have move it on down and fight it down through the eccentric phase or the lengthening part of the exercise, okay? And that's where we rest. However, when we talk about tempo, we reverse that. Meaning we reverse it. As we're going down, we're going to go ahead and start up at the top. Go ahead and turn to the side for us. As he starts at the top, okay, remember, He has a shortened range of motion right here in the elbow, so we're in a concentric phase of exercise, and he's actually flexing. As he starts to fight it down, he's elongating that angle of the arm, which we call the eccentric phase of the exercise again. All right. Now, as he's lowering that, that is what the first number we see when you see a tempo range, either a 2, a 3, or a 4. Okay. Some people, whatever number you want to use, that's all right. The second phase of the exercise is how long you're going to rest. Okay. Now, when you rest, as he opens up, is he resting at the top or not? That's going to be a 0, a 1, or a 2. You determine how long you want him to pause in this position. And then, okay, also, the last number is how long it takes him to go ahead, this third number is how long it takes him to go ahead and raise up. Okay? It's a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Typically, when we're sitting here, we're working, go ahead, Brett, thank you. Typically, when we're working with our clients, I tend to have a normal range of motion or tempo is going to be a 2, a 0, a 1, and a 0, which means there's neither a pause on either end. You're just controlling it and you're squeezing it. The 1 on the eccentric phase, which means when we're shortening that range of motion and lifting the arm up, we want that there because we don't want you to explode it up, but we want you to control the muscle and get the squeeze out. The 4 is to control it all the way back down. Remember, when we're going back down and elongating the muscle, we're actually adding more forces to the arm, and that's where injuries also typically happen, so we want to slow that down. Sometimes when you go to physical therapy, they actually go through the motion slower, okay? So they do a slow motion move, and that's to actually help repair the muscle or rehabilitation work. All right? So you can actually speed it up, and it won't hurt you in the eccentric phase of exercise. Be careful of the elongation of the joint, because that's where the injuries typically happen. All right? Feel free to go ahead and contact us at undergroundfunctionalfitness.com if you have any questions. Check out our blogs, email us with any questions that you may have, and somebody get back a hold of you within 48 hours. Have a good one.